Hey guys, Retum here, and today we're back again with Fallout New Vegas, no kill, permadeath, boxing gloves only. At our previous time, we actually made our way to the fort, we spoke with Caesar, and we also finished up all the quests in New Vegas. Now today what we're going to do is actually a bit different. First up, we're going to help out the Legion. Yes, you heard that right, we're going to help them out with a few quests. And what we're also going to do, make contact with the boomers for the NCR. So to start off, let's actually talk to Caesar's right-hand man, Vulpes Inculta.
I suspect you'll be a valuable asset to the Legion. Assuming you're really on our side, of course.
Was there something you needed me to do?
There's a gambler, Martina Grosbeck, who has a knack for learning other people's secrets and passing that information along, for a price. The Omertas, who run Gomorrah, have become suspicious of Martina's frequent visits to their casino. Soon they'll pay her a visit of their own.
I'll check up on her for you.
Good. Martina frequents the Vault 21 gift shop on the Strip. Hurry along, and she still may be in one piece by the time you get there.
Alright, so that's one of the quests we want to do. For the other quest, we want to talk to this guy, Lucius.
Yes. Do you have something to report?
Is there anything you need me to do?
We recently obtained an artillery weapon, but we don't have the part or the skill to fix it.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
The tribe calling themselves the Boomers is obsessed with such weapons, I've been told. You can probably find a spare firing mechanism there.
Well, how convenient. I'm going over there anyway. Alright, so first up, what we actually want to do is the quest The Finger of Suspicion and find Martina Grosbeck. And to do that, we need to make our way back to the Strip. Now, Martina can be found right here at the Vault 21 Hotel. Now, if we walk into these back rooms, here we are. There's Martina over there.
This ain't your business. Walk off and forget you saw anything.
So now seeing as I did how little we know, and I'm friends with the new boss Cucino, I can't just say you don't know me, your boss does. We're very good friends, you should leave. Or speech 50, the Legion is watching out for this woman. Go ahead, cross them, I dare you.
Shit. Look, we're just following orders. We, need to take this up with the boss.
So 50 XP, easy. Let's talk to Martina.
Thank you. They were going to kill me.
Are you alright?
I'll be fine. Eventually.
Why were the Omertas out to kill you?
I may have overheard some things at Gomorrah that I passed on to the NCR. That's all. Honest.
Wait, you work with the NCR? It was the Legion who sent me to protect you.
What? I only talked to Captain Curtis over at McCarran. I would never work with slavers. Honest.
So she's saying she's only talks to Captain Curtis. Captain Curtis, of course, being the Legion spy. So yeah, this quest didn't really catch up with the fact that Captain Curtis is, now dead, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so you're a spy.
No. Well, not really. I mean, I'm not listening through doors or sneaking around or anything. People talk out loud, and I just pay attention. The NCR likes to keep tabs on the activities of the families, and they pay me good caps to hang around the casinos and keep my ears open.
So now that she's saved, let's make our way back to Vulpes. Alright, Vulpes.
Was there more for us to discuss?
Martina said she sold her information to Captain Curtis in the NCR.
I know the captain well. If you wish to be of service, go talk to him. Bear in mind that you are now responsible for guarding the secret of his true allegiance. If the NCR finds out, we'll know how that happened.
So yes, that's the way you can actually start the quest in Captain McCarran the other way around, and where you kind of help Captain Curtis. Again, he doesn't seem to acknowledge the fact that I actually caught Captain Curtis already, but whatever. I was able to convince the Omerta thugs that crossing the Legion was unwise.
Excellent. Had you simply killed them, the Omertas would have sent another group after Martina eventually. You've saved me the trouble of coming up with a more permanent solution, and Martina is free to go about her business as usual. Well done.
That's plus 100 XP, and the quest completed. Now that we've done that, let's actually start making our way to the Boomers. And you can see it, they're all the way over here. Now, I'm gonna fast travel to Durable Unsacked Caravan and make my way over there. Alright, so over there at the Boomers.
Whoa there, pal. You better slow down, or you'll get blown up like the rest of the idiots who thought they'd scavenge in Boomer territory. Now that I've got your attention, might you be interested in a little information? It'll cost you, but it's well worth the investment.
Speech 30, you can tell me, or you can tell the underside of my boot.
Whoa, simmer down. I'll tell you, I'm a gambler and a scavenger. I've made some cash from gambling and some cash from reclaiming goods that are no longer being used. Now, do you want my help or not?
Right, thanks for the warning. What's going on past those signs?
Oh, lordy, lordy. You haven't heard of the boomers? What rock have you been living under? They're a bunch of artillery-slinging, grenade-lobbing odd jobs camping out in Nellis. Wander into their territory and you're as good as mincemeat.
Is there a way to get past?
There is a way, and I'll tell you. For a little wager.
Alright, wager. Let's hear it.
Well, I know the secret to get past. If you give me the caps, I'll tell you. If you make it back alive, I'll double your money.
Sure, might as well just get some free caps out of this. Here you go, you got yourself a bet.
Okay, here you go. That page has the details, but it's all in the timing as you move from building to building. I'll be here watching, so I'll know if you've made it to the gate or not. Remember, there's 600 caps in it if you make it.
So he mentioned artillery, and that's how boomers keep outsiders out. For whenever you try to come near, they just shell the hell out of you. But there's actually a ridiculously easy way of getting past that. And it doesn't involve the tactic that he gives you, because like that's just really not necessary. All that I'm going to do, right here, is to literally just hug the wall. Sure, I'll get hit once or twice, but it'll never kill me before I actually make my way to the boomers over there. You only have to get like close to the fence a little bit, and you'll live. So you can see, only a little bit of damage, I'm fine. Yep, 100% fine. I've never died like this, so I'm 100% safe. And we've already made it. They already stopped firing because I'm too close to the fence. And we're at the gates.
Hold it right there. Don't you move. How the hell did you survive that bombardment?
Simple enough. Run, hide, run, and so on the timing.
But I had you zeroed in the whole time. Nobody's that fast. Move a muscle now and I'll blow you to pieces.
I didn't come here to attack you.
Then just stay where you are. Raquel will be here any second.
I'll take this from here. I'm Raquel, Master-at-Arms for the Nellis homeland. Mother Pearl, our eldest, wishes to speak to you.
Alright, lead the way.
Follow close and mind your behavior.
Welcome, child. Took your sweet time getting here, didn't you? I've been waiting a good 5 years for an outsider to come along and visit.
Well, you didn't exactly roll out a red carpet.
Those howitzers of ours aren't just for entertainment, child. Explosive ordnance is what keeps the savages at a distance. Except you. There's something special about you, child, and it was the howitzers that gave you a chance to show it.
How might I be of assistance?
Oh, so many ways. Small ones to begin with, so we can get used to what it's like to have a outsider around and about. Should that go well, it may be you can help in big ways, too. We'll have to see.
Speech 20. How can we trust each other if you're going to be keeping secrets?
You have to keep in mind that you're our first contact with the outside world since I was barely a woman. Seclusion has kept us safe, but the world around us is changing. Neon lights in the distance, patrolling robots, soldiers. My youngers think our guns can keep out the world, but I think we need to let it in just a little, or become its victim. You're that little bit of the world, child. Welcome to Nellis.
Alright, where do I start?
You picked a good time to stop by, for we're swimming in problems. My youngers can tell you all about it. Raquel could use help with the bug problem. Doc Argyle has wounded he's tending to. And Loyal and Jack might be looking for help with some repairs. Or you could just go see Pete at the museum and hear the story of our people. All you have to do there is listen. Come and go as you like, help or don't help, I leave it up to you. But I hope you'll show my youngers that not every outsider needs to be blown up.
Right, and it starts the quest Valere. And what you want to do is basically just raise your reputation with these guys. And she gave you a few ways of doing that. You can do a few quests, which I'm going to do all of them. And you can also just listen to their history, which is very long-winded, and I'm probably going to skip doing. But yeah, all you have to do is just basically help out. And there's 3 quests that I'm going to do to help them out. What I'm also going to do is actually read their pantry real quick. There we go. And now she's facing that way. I might as well just... No, not you. First aid box. Here we are. Just take that. Now for our first way of helping out, we should make our way back to Raquel, their master at arms. There you are, Raquel.
Mother Pearl's instructions are clear. You can move freely around Nellis, and artillery spotters have orders not to fire on you. These are extraordinary privileges. Don't abuse them.
Mother of Pearl said you have a bug problem?
Long story short, the power failed a few days ago because giant ants have tunneled into the generator room and set up a nest. I led a team down to exterminate them, but there were so many of them. We lost. 2 killed, 3 wounded. Personally, I think it's more than a savage can handle. But if you want to kill those ants and switch the power back on, feel free.
Well, I can handle a few ants.
Sure, anyone can. But there's more than a few down there. See for yourself. One other thing. The ants must be eating gunpowder from the munitions down there, or something. They exploded when hit by a flamethrower. One of us was using a laser pistol. Same thing. Bullets seem okay, just don't hit the artillery shells. Loyal's been working on some kind of weapon to use against them. Maybe you should check with him.
Now, Loyal can actually give you a weapon for you to take out all the ants at one go. And the quest tells you to take out all of the ants, but it's not something you actually have to do. See, if you just turn on the generator, you can make your way back to her, and then with a speed of 50, you can say like, the ants? Yeah, they're all dead, don't worry about it. So you basically lie. And you get bad karma for it, but it still completes the quest, and as far as I know, there's no repercussions for it. Like ever. So I might as well do that. Alright, here we are. Nellis array generators. Let's make our way in here, shall we? Actually, I'm not even going to put on my combat armor for this, because these ants are 1, ridiculously weak, and 2, I'm not even going to attack them, because it's pointless. I'm just going to run around them. So all I need to do is just turn on 2 switches and make my way out of here. And that's the main switch right there, which I turn on last. And those are the 2 switches, you want to turn on it first. There's a few ants around here, and what I can do is knock them out, and then if I hit their antenna, you can actually frenzy them, meaning they'll attack anything that's near, so they can also attack the other ants. Like, the XP you get for these ants dying is so ridiculously little, it's not even worth actually doing any of that. So I'm just gonna activate the main power switch. Jump across from here, jump over him. And let's just make our way out of here. Done and done.
I see the power's back on. The ants are all dead?
Page 55, yep, power's on, ants dead, all good.
Maybe Pearl is right about you, because I don't know how you pulled that off. I'll tell Loyal to send someone down to clear out the eggs and repair the generators. Good work.
Just doing my part to help out. Yeah, I lose karma for that, but whatever. Just doing my part to help out.
I already said you did a good job. I don't give out hugs.
And it gains me some boomer fame. Also 300 XP, which is a lot. I've actually become accepted by the boomers just for that one little quest. So, next quest.
Evening.
Let's talk to this guy, Jack.
So you're the outsider. Lived your whole life out there, huh? Wow. I always thought you savages probably spoke a different language. But I hear you sound like us.
I'm looking for ways to help out. Anything come to mind?
What I could use is some scrap metal. It may not sound exciting, but around here we have to recycle every rivet and plate. The other thing, you being from the outside and all, well, I guess you'd call it a personal matter, but, well, forget it.
Speech 35, where I come from, we discuss personal matters all the time.
That must be nice, sharing yourself like that, not being embarrassed or anything. Well, the thing is, there's this girl.
Oh, tell me about her.
Oh, you can't miss her. She has short red hair and she's the most beautiful woman who ever lived. You'd really talk to her for me? What if she feels the same way? What if she comes here like you did? What if she gets blown up? What if she doesn't like me? Oh, geez. I better just let you handle it. I'm better with machines. They don't make my stomach queasy like this.
Aw, but you know what? I'll look into it. Stranger things have happened. Also, I leveled up from it, which is pretty good.
That would be amazing. As in, I would thank you forever.
Alright, now to level up, what's gonna carry me through to the late game is 100% gonna be sneak, so that needs to go up immediately. Get that to 75 at least, science to 60, we'll just put one more point into unarmed, sure. And that starts the quest, Young Hearts, which is ridiculously easy, it just takes a lot of walking in between 2 locations. But before we do that, I wanna do something else as well. Ah, here you are. Loyal.
I hope Pearl knows what she's doing, letting you wander around Nellis as you please.
I'm looking for ways to make myself useful.
If that's so, how about you look into repairing the solar arrays on the roof of the generator building? Nothing too complicated about it, but it's a long ways to walk my old bones, and there's been that ant problem over near there. You can't miss the array. It's on top of the generator building smack dab in the middle of Nellis, between the two runways.
I passed through a place called Helios 1. Maybe I could find parts there.
Are you talking about that damn bright light we've seen blast off to the south occasionally? I was wondering what the hell that was. If they've got the parts, bring them on back. We need to get the array back up and charging.
Alright, I'll be back. I've got work to do.
Be sure to stop on back and let me know when the arrays are fixed.
So now he wants you to just get some spare parts to fix some broken generators. It's back at where we actually took care of the ants as well. Now with a repair of 65, you don't even need to get spare parts, you can just fix it out on your own. But my repair is not 65. So what I'm going to do is just make my way to Helios 1 and get some spare parts from there. Now obviously, seeing as I'm affiliated with the NCR and I'm idolized by them, I'm allowed into Helios 1. Alright, now to collect the spare parts themselves. So, here's one. Salvage it, my repair 20 or higher, mine is like 35, so done. I'm pretty sure this is the final one. Salvage. Alright, done. Now let's make our way back to the array. Alright, so that's one. The final one lets you repair this one as well. And by the way, seeing as I actually have like pretty high science skill, I actually improve the circuits themselves as well. And improve the solar panels. So array efficiency improved by 50%. This doesn't really do anything other than give you more XP. Because now I get 50 XP for every array that I repair. While normally with low science skill you'd get 30, I think. So yeah, that's the only difference from that. But still, it's pretty cool. Now let's tell Loyal all about the good news. I repaired the solar arrays and increased their efficiency.
An impressive piece of work. I'll keep that in mind if jobs come up in the future.
Right, and now I'm liked by the boomers, which is really good. Next up, young hearts, but also, I hear you knocking. Because we still need to find a howitzer for the Legion. Let's first make our way back to Pearl. Alright, Pearl.
How is your visit with us going, stranger?
Seeing as I'm now liked by you guys, I'm looking for a howitzer firing mechanism.
You may find one in the workshop. You're a friend to the tribe, so I trust it will not find its way into the wrong hands.
Oh, no, of course not. And right here in this gun cabinet, howitzer firing mechanism. Also combat armor, which I'll take, simply to repair mine. Let's make our way back to the fort. Oh, and now that we're here, by the way, in the fort again, let's actually talk to this girl, Siri.
If you're injured, I might have healing powder to spare.
So, about the effectiveness of your healing powders.
What about it? Do you have some advice?
Survival 20, you are using 1 Bronc flower per Xander root, right?
Oh, I've been using 2 roots per flower. Thanks to you, I'll be able to create twice as much healing powder per day.
There we go, and get some easy fame. And now I've become accepted by Fever's Legion. So yeah, this will kinda help maybe, keep me in their good graces for a little while longer. Like, I'm obviously going to lose Legion fame if I keep going the path that I'm going through right now. But maybe I can, kinda keep them somewhat okay with me for a little while longer. That'd be nice. And here's the howitzer firing mechanism. Replace it. Done. Your howitzer is operational.
Well done. It will be very useful in the coming battle against the snipers the NCR will no doubt have hidden in the hills near the dam.
Ooh, so yeah, the fact that they're using it against the NCR is kinda iffy, but you know what, whatever. Alright, now let's help out Jack with his love problem. And make our way to Crimson Caravan. Oh, and over there is Ringo, by the way. He said he would repay us, right?
Hey there. Here's the rest of the payment I promised you back in Good Springs.
Alright. So Ringo, tell me, what's next for you?
I'm getting ready to run a caravan up towards Utah. There's a town called New Canaan which is supposed to be pretty prosperous. The Crimson Caravan doesn't have any branches out that way, so it'll be up to me to get things started.
So yeah, he's basically just saying a bit of foreshadowing for the DLC, because you do actually go to New Canaan in one of them. So, redheaded woman, Janet.
You should go talk to Blake or Alice. They handle most of our contact with visitors.
I don't suppose you watch the boomers over in Nellis sometimes, do you?
I watch all sorts of things with my binoculars. Who wants to know? And why?
I've been inside Nellis. There's a young man there who has a crush on you.
Nice-looking blonde boy? I always wondered if he was watching me back. What's he like?
He's nice, maybe a little naive. Seems convinced you're the love of his life.
Really? That's so sweet. I'd love to go meet him. Is there any way the boomers would let me visit Nellis?
No, it's speech 55. You can't lie and say, yeah, you have permission, they know you're coming. Then she obviously tries to make her way over to the airbase, and then they use the artillery on her, and she dies. Jack gets really sad. You get bad karma for it, and you also get negative boomer fame for it, so there's no reason to do it. So you know what? I'll ask Pearl to make an exception for you.
This is so exciting. Let me know how it turns out.
So now over to Pearl, and let's actually ask. Jack is interested in a girl.
Well, this is welcome news. Who is she?
She works for the Crimson Caravan.
She's with those traders? They've tried to contact us before, but I'm not interested in trading with greedy savages. This presents a bit of a problem. Jack isn't allowed to leave Nellis, and I doubt she would make it through the artillery alive.
Speech 50, it would mean a lot to Jack if you could come to Nellis.
I suppose Jack deserves a chance at love. You can tell Jack she has a free pass to enter, but he is responsible for her actions. Do not make me regret this decision, outsider.
Alright. By the way, tell me, what do people have to say about me?
More and more I hear my people saying good things about you.
That's good.
Evening. Have you seen her? The redhead of my dreams?
Aw, good news. She feels the same way.
She does? You mean it? That's incredible. What happens next? Can she come here? How do we make sure she doesn't get blown up? Should I talk to the gunners or to Pearl?
I spoke to Pearl, but Janet needs a way past the artillery.
Here, take this boomer outfit. I'll let the gunners know she's coming, and not to shoot at her.
Right, so we get a boomer outfit for Janet, and now we just have to take that to her.
Hello again. How's your boomer friend?
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about him again.
I was hoping you would. What's going on? Have they agreed to my safety yet?
I got a boomer uniform for you to wear while you craft an Nellis.
There's one more thing. I have a work contract with the Crimson Caravan, and if I walk away, I lose the wages they owe me. Could you do just one more thing for me and talk to Alice McLafferty about it? I know if I do it, she'll just say no. I'd hate to lose the money.
Alright, sure thing. Right, so we gotta talk to Alice here. Now, Alice is actually a very influential character, because she's the head of the Crimson Caravan, especially in like a bunch of other quests. So let's go and talk to her.
Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company New Vegas branch. What may I do for you?
Janet's asked me to talk to you about releasing her from her contract.
Ah, yes. Her infatuation with a boomer she's never met. It's a small camp. Word gets around. She's aware she's breaking her contract, which is undoubtedly why she sent you to talk to me instead of coming herself. Janet is free to leave, but she forfeits the wages she's owed. That's the price of contract breaking. Take it or leave it.
Page 75. Are you really going to ruin what's supposed to be a time of happiness for her?
Being sentimental is not how I made the Crimson Caravan so successful. But I'll allow it, just this once. Janet will be paid what she's owed. Consider it a gift.
Alright, awesome.
Have you spoken with McLafferty yet?
I convinced her to pay you what you're owed. You're free to leave.
That's great. I can't believe you went through all this trouble for me. Thank you.
Right, and she runs off to meet Jack. Let's actually meet her back over there.
Hello.
Watch out!
It's great to finally meet you.
Hi there. It's great to meet you as well.
I'm glad you made it out here. You're even more stunning up close than you were at a distance.
Dude, turn around.
And you're even more handsome up close. Do you think it'll be okay if I hang around here for a little while, so we can get to know each other better?
Of course it would. I'll have you set up with some quarters with some of the other women. Thank you for getting Janet to Nellis. I've never been so happy in my entire life.
Oh, well, I'm glad to have being able to help out. That completes the quest, Young Hearts.
Bye.
I'm pretty sure I'm now in good enough graces with the boomers that I just can return to Pearl and get alliance going after doing one more thing for them. Now, she did actually mention a few other things that I could do as well, mainly listening to their history and helping out at the hospital and stuff. But those aren't actually quests. Those are just nice things that you can do that'll boost your fame. But they aren't actually like quests or anything like that. They aren't marked as such, unlike these three things that I just did, which obviously are. So that's the main reason why I went for these 3 instead of doing those other things. Anyway, let's make our way back to Pearl.
You have done well to earn the trust of my people, child.
Well, I think I've done everything I can to help out.
I believe the time has come for you to show your value in full. The people have come to accept having you around. Find Loyal and ask him about our people's fondest dream. He will tell you what to do next.
Alright then. So, Loyal.
Pearl sent word saying it's all right to tell you about the lady in the water.
Lady in the water? What's that?
A long time ago, long before the war that killed just about everything that ever lived, a bomber crashed not far from here. A bomber was a flying contraption that could drop explosives down on anything it flew over. But anyway, moving on. This bomber crashed down in Lake Mead, pretty damn near intact. When we got to Nellis, see, I found this article in a magazine all about it. There was another B-29 around here, part of a museum. Couldn't fly, but had a lot of spare parts, see? Get where I'm going? Since I was a young man, I've dreamed of raising that lady from the lake and bringing her back to life. What do you say?
Alright, well, where's the bomber located?
It's at the bottom of Lake Mead. I'll mark its location on your Pip-Boy map.
How do you expect to raise a bomber from the bottom of a lake?
Simple. Attach deployable ballast to the plane and float it on up. Here is a remote detonator. Once the ballast is attached to the plane, just hit the detonator from the shore and let buoyancy handle the rest.
Alright, I'm game.
Good. Here's the deployable ballast. Go find the plane, attach the ballast, and hit the button.
Alright, any ideas on how to get to the bottom of Lake Mead without drowning?
Might try holding your breath. If that doesn't sound good enough, talk to Jack. He was working on a rebreather once.
The rebreather that you just mentioned is always worth going for, even if you don't need the help in actually making your way to the bomber, because it's the only item in the game which can make you breathe underwater. It also looks kind of cool, and armor-wise, it's actually pretty good, and it's for a special reason as to why that is. So let's interrupt Janet and Jack's special time here and talk to Jack.
I've never been so happy in my entire life.
Loyal said you can help me breathe underwater.
I just need some parts from a pressure cooker to create a hermetic seal for the rebreather.
Science of 45, corn silk, rubber hose, and a removable adhesive would make a good hermetic seal.
That's a brilliant idea. I can put that together right now. Here you go. A new rebreather.
Why, thank you. Right, so let's put on the rebreather.
Hans won't trouble us anymore.
It adds water breathing. Plus, I mean, like, it looks kind of cool with, like, the combat helmet and everything. So, yeah. Now, there's something special about this rebreather, and that's the fact that it has a damage resistance of 3. See, most armor in this game has a damage threshold. Meaning, if you have, like, a damage threshold of 25, for example, and right now mine's at 29, anything you get hit by and doesn't, like, go over your damage threshold gets lessened significantly. While with damage resistance, and this was like the Fallout 3 way of doing armor, 3% of any damage I get gets negated. So that's actually kind of cool, because that makes the rebreather a pretty good armor piece, as far as I know. There's really no reason to ever take it off. So I won't, even though like the front looks cool, but the back looks a bit silly. But you know, whatever. Alright, now that we're fully kitted out, let's make our way to the crashed B-29. And let's go from Camp Golf. Alright, so here's Lake Mead. Well, let's start swimming. You do actually want to swim because the water itself is safe, but like at the side over there can be lake lurks, which are basically like mirelurks but tougher and more humanoid. So I tend to try and avoid those if I can. Now, water in video games, I don't know, for some reason it always kind of creeps me out, and I'm not entirely sure why. Huge oceans and stuff like in video games, I don't know, it always gives me the heebie-jeebies. What about you guys? What unnerves you in video games? Tell me in the comment section, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Right, so here's the crashed B-29. Now all we need to do, you can actually see an outline right over there. Attach the ballast on this side, also on the other wing. Right over here, attach this. Done. Now, let's equip Loyal's detonator. Now before we can actually use that, we need to make our way to the shore, because you need to be at a certain distance before you can use it. Loyal's detonator begins to beep, meaning we're far enough, and press. Perfect. Now, let's return to Loyal and let him know the B-29 is up.
It's going to be a dream come true once you've raised that bomber from Lake Mead.
The plane floated up. Seemed to be intact.
That's tremendous. I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis.
How exactly do you plan to get the plane back here?
I just told you, the robots are going to handle it. They'll break the plane down into pieces and move it up from Colville Bay in one shot.
Intelligence 7, are you planning to use diversionary tactics to draw their attention?
Exactly. We'll be shelling an unoccupied location in outer Vegas to get their attention elsewhere. By the time they realize they aren't under attack, the plane and the bots will be long gone. The kids wish we were shelling a real target, but Pearl thinks it's wise not to start up a war just as the lady has risen.
Okay, well, I'm glad to have helped.
Hey, I'd better get rolling. Jack and I have a lot of work ahead of us.
Now let's return to Pearl and tell her of the good news.
Hello, friend. How can Mother Pearl be of help today?
I've spoken to Loyal, the B-29 is on the way.
What you have done for us is a miracle, child. You have fulfilled the only dreams we ever had outside our walls. You are a trusted friend of us all. If there is ever a way for us to help you, child, tell me, and I will make it so.
Well, there may be a battle in the near future at the Hoover Dam. Can you offer any assistance?
Of course, my child. After all that you have done for us, we would love to help you in the upcoming battle. After all the training in virtual reality, the young ones would relish an opportunity to put their skills to battle. We'll be there when you need us.
And now I'm idolized by the boomers. Now, she mentioned VR, by the way. Yeah, these guys in their mess hall, they have like these giant VR pods that they use to basically... That's basically a flight simulator. It's kind of actually a giant tease, basically, because you can actually ask, I think it's Loyal, for some codes to be able to access the VR pods yourself, but he'll always refuse, no matter what. So you can't actually ever use them. Which is too bad, but you know, I guess it's understandable. Let's make our way back to Ambassador Crocker and tell him of the good news. What is actually pretty cool is they also gave me this flight suit and helmet. So you know what, let's walk over there like this. I wanted to talk to you about the boomers.
I hope you've returned with good news. Are they willing to help the NCR?
The boomers have agreed to help me.
Excellent work. I can't tell you how useful that will be. In any event, I have another assignment ready and waiting for you. But we can speak of it later. Rest up, and when you're ready, speak to me again.
Well, we can actually talk right now. Earlier you mentioned another assignment.
So I did. As you may have noticed, our position here in New Vegas is tenuous. We've made great strides, sure, but the NCR is not welcome here, merely tolerated. And even then, not by everyone. We've had reports of violence against NCR citizens in a neighborhood just to the northeast called Freeside. Ever been there?
Yes, what of it?
Violence is something of a way of life there, but there's been a disturbing rise in the number of attacks on our people lately. More worrying is the fact that our sources suggest the violence is being perpetrated by the gang that runs the place, the Kings. I need someone to look into this that won't attract attention. Would you be interested?
Sure, I'll look into it.
Good. Our men have come up with 2 different plans for seeing an end to the violence. First, our sources have tracked most of the attacks back to a king named Pacer. The consensus is that the violence will stop if he's removed. The problem is we can't simply kill him. In the current climate, the NCR would likely be blamed for his death. There is an alternative option, but my sources feel that getting rid of this Pacer fellow is our best shot.
Well, I'm not an assassin.
In that case, we could take a different tact, but one that I at least have more experience with, diplomacy. If we can't go after the man responsible, we'll simply appeal to the man above him. The Kings, including our friend Pacer, report to the leader of their gang, a man who calls himself the King.
Well, what would I need to do?
Go and talk to the King. Try to convince him to put an end to this violence. Pacer's a punk, but he won't likely disobey a direct order. The King might not be open to the idea at first, so you may have to integrate yourself with him. Do whatever it takes. When it's done, one way or the other, report back here and we'll take it from there.
Guess I'll go have a talk with the King then.
I wish you luck. If you run into some difficulty and think you'd rather just take the shot with Pacer, that's fine too.
And there's a few ways of doing this. One of them are incredibly short and to the point, and some are incredibly long-winded, and you need to basically find a sneaky way to take out Pacer. But I'm actually going to do the very, very short route of this. Those of you with a good memory will remember the fact that I actually did a few quests with the Kings a few parts earlier. And the king was so happy with me that he promised me one favor. A favor that I didn't use yet. Now I can basically use this favor to immediately end this quest. And that's what I'm going to do. So, king.
Things have been a lot better since you helped with those soldier boys. Thanks again. So, what can I do for you?
About that favor you owe me.
Ask away.
And now there's a new option here. I need you to stop the violence against NCR citizens in Freeside.
Whoa, that's a doozy. Truth be told, I don't even know if I can pull something like that off.
All I'm asking is that you try.
I'll give it my best. You've earned that much. But that makes us even, you hear?
There we go. And that's literally all you have to do if he still owes you that favor. I spoke to the king and he promised to stop the violence against NCR citizens.
That's great to hear. He's got a lot of sway in Freeside, so we can expect a dramatic drop in violence soon. Now, you're probably wondering about your reward. This has been something of a hot-button topic, so I was able to secure this for you.
I'm glad to be of service.
I've received a message from Colonel Moore up at Hoover Dam. She's been following your exploits and has requested that you meet with her. You're not officially in the employ of the NCR, so there's nothing forcing you to go. But I'd go see her sooner rather than later. The Colonel is not someone you want to keep waiting.
And that gave me a ridiculous amount of XP, and I've actually reached level 20 now, which is great. So, I'm gonna put all of those points into sneak again. Like I said, sneak is what's gonna keep me alive throughout the late game, so that needs to go up right now. You know, sure, lockpick can go up as well. Alright, I'm happy with that, yeah. Honestly, Violent running, right now all I can think of is just Violent running and getting my sneak at like the best it can possibly be. So Violent running, here we are, yep, done. That starts the quest for the Republic, part 2. Now, seeing as we just secured an alliance between the NCR and the Boomers, I think we should call it a part here. Next time, we're gonna move up and we're gonna actually do a few different NCR quests that are not the ones that he wants us to do just yet. And you know what, I'm thinking of actually doing those Great Khan quests as well that I skipped, because you know, they're a good source of XP and they're still in the way, so I might as well do those too. That's all for next time. For now, I just want to say thank you all for watching. This has been Fallout New Vegas, no kill, permadeath, boxing gloves only, having secured an alliance between the NCR and the Boomers, and I'll see you all next time.